Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to share my best advice for new riders. So whether you're a brand new rider or you're a rider looking to just brush up on your skills, these tips will help you become a more confident and safe rider. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Okay, so first things first, number one, invest in proper training. I cannot recommend this enough, but I highly recommend that you invest in a motorcycle safety foundation class. These classes are taught by certified instructors and they teach you everything that you'll need to know about riding a motorcycle. Now, these courses typically involve two portions. There is a classroom portion and then there is an on-bike training portion. The classroom portion will go over all the safety laws, controls of a bike, and everything you need to know about the basics of riding. Then they actually provide motorcycle for you to practice on in a controlled environment with certified instructors. So it's a great way to learn if you have no experience like I did. And I didn't have a motorcycle when I first started riding. I wasn't sure if I was going to like riding. So the fact that they provided a bike for me to practice on and get my license with was great, and I was able to decide if I wanted to continue this hobby or maybe it wasn't for me. So I highly recommend, if you're debating if you want to ride or you want to learn the proper way, definitely invest in a motorcycle safety foundation class. Side note, if you take the MSF course, check with your insurance company because a lot of insurance companies do provide discounts for this class. See if they'll offer that discount. That way you can save a little bit of money as well. My second tip is to know your motorcycle, know your bike. Take time to familiarize yourself with the throttle, the clutch, the brakes, and really understand the inputs of your bike and how it responds. Each motorcycle has its own unique characteristics in terms of weight distribution, handling, and performance. So really understanding your motorcycle and being able to anticipate how it's going to respond will help you maintain control and let you ride smoother. Okay, tip number 3, practice basic skills. I cannot say this enough, but always go back to the basics. Even if you're a seasoned or experienced rider, the basics are crucial. They make you a more confident rider and a more skilled rider. So always going back to the basics, practicing those slow speed maneuvers, braking, emergency stopping, all the things. I actually did a video on slow speed maneuvers and the importance of working on those skills, as well as shared some drills. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it in the description below. Make sure you check it out because there is some insights onto why slow speed maneuvering and practicing those basic skills are so crucial to riding. Okay, tip number 4, start slow. I practiced a ton in a parking lot until I felt comfortable, until I felt confident to move on to the next progression. And for me, that was just riding in my residential neighborhood. I was very fearful at the start of my riding journey, so I went at a pace that I felt comfortable with, which was probably slower than most people, which is fine. But I progressed and slowly started adding distance, adding difficulty to my rides. That way I was more confident when I was introduced to those more difficult situations. So start with low traffic, short roads, and gradually increase the distance and complexity of your rides when you're feeling confident. Okay, my next tip, gear up. All the gear, all the time. You've probably heard that a million times, and if you haven't, now you did. But all the gear, all the time. Although quality gear tends to be a little bit more expensive, it will be more durable, which will last you longer. So it'll save you money in the long term. And a lot of the higher end gear has higher ratings for safety, which will protect you more. Quality safety gear often incorporates reflective components to it that will help you become more visible on the road, which leads me to my next tip. Tip number 6. I think we're on 6. Yeah, I think we're on 6. Hopefully we're on 6. But tip number 6, be seen and be aware. Motorcycles are obviously smaller than cars, so it is harder to see you on the road. So you need to make yourself seen and make yourself visible by wearing and investing in reflective gear. Also consider the color of the gear that you're choosing. Brighter colors that can help you be seen on the road better would keep you safe. And also use your headlights during the day. Always be aware of your surroundings and choose a lane position where cars are more likely to see you coming, and being aware of any escape route that you might need in case of an emergency. The more escape routes you have, the better off you'll be, but definitely scan your route and see where you could escape should a potential emergency arise. Now, my last tip, and this is a really important one, is to ride your own ride. We're often influenced by other riders to keep up or maintain a pace or ride how a more experienced rider is riding. However, if you ride outside of your comfort level or your skill level, it can lead to dangerous situations. So riding your own ride means that you are acknowledging your skill level and where you're at currently, and you're riding within those limits to keep yourself safe. When you're not preoccupied with trying to keep up with someone else's pace or riding beyond your own limits, you'll realize that you can appreciate the freedom of riding a motorcycle more. You'll have that sense of excitement and joy and not feel pressured or overwhelmed or fearful. So make sure you ride within your own limits. That way you can enjoy your journey. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're a new rider, I really hope you found these tips helpful. If you liked this video, would you please like it and share it with a fellow rider that you may know, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video. Until next time, ride safe.